Now, I'm cranking the car without touching the accelerator pedal. We were able to get a full tank of gas. First time that we've had a full tank of gas in a long time, right, Eva?
Yeah.
Your mom will be very happy about that. That's one less worry. And we really appreciate Mimi helping us out with that. Facial tissues. For your school, man. Eva got her school supplies today. We're so pumped up. Mimi also helped us out with that. And we're saying that over and over. And we've discussed, this is really a very personal matter. I would never want to discuss my personal finances, except the situation that we have come upon in this family. In order for us to survive, we always have to be in a beggar mode. And we also have caught a lot of indiscrepancies. And like I say, Eva's mother, my wife Jean, has a degree in accounting. Now, she was not raised in the United States, so if she were to do her own, we do our own taxes most of the time since 2008, and I think 2 or 3 years we have used. Wait a minute. I'm trying to say so much. I want to be correct in what I'm speaking about. Give me a bite of my sandwich. I gotta get this tint fixed on my glass so I can see out of the car properly. H&R Block did our taxes, and a couple of times I did my own taxes while I was at Baptist Healthplex. But my dad actually got on to me and said, hey, it's no problem for me to give your tax report to our family accountant, CPA, Miss Jessica, that worked for my dad over 30 years. She's not getting along very well with Mimi and Judy. And they made a really horrible error, and they were warned by Philip and Dale, who pay closer attention to all the paperwork, and they're there at the house more often. All these things have always been hidden from me. I'm the youngest child and treated as such with very little regard to fairness in the family. And when my mother decided to sell the land that we had for so long and had really saved for this particular time, about the time that my brothers and I would all be close to retirement, and we got children of our own. Dale could become a grandparent very soon. He has a 19-year-old daughter. And they sold the land all of a sudden because of some mishandling of the money they had. And the CPA, Jessica, my brother Dale, and my brother Philip said that my mother needed to give each child $10,000 to avoid some really high taxes for the income gained in her name. She didn't do it, and she hasn't paid the taxes, so she's got a letter from the IRS now, which is a red flag that you did not file your income tax return on time. And the IRS is going to go after the higher income people. I mean, people out there that are making $10,000 a year that maybe haven't filed for several years, you're not a priority on the IRS hit list. The priority people are the people, bringing in over $100,000 a year, usually. Perhaps in some special cases less than that if they think there's, been some other illegal activity besides just tax fraud. My mother had entrusted my nephew, Justin Paul Anderson, that's a resident of Florida currently. I think he just left Tennessee a year or so ago. Lived most of his life in Florida and a couple of years in Argentina. And he was entrusted with $40,000 and told not to use it unless it's a dire emergency. And we've had a few, and we've had no access to that money that we needed, and that has cost my family, sometimes double and triple what a bill would have normally been, because we've had to go through all these high interest loans. This is a problem that Gene and I especially have had ever since we've been involved with the family, since I was injured from working at my mother's rental house in 2005. I lost all income. So sad, because I really want Eva to see me teach rhythm kick. I want her to see me train women and high performance athletes, which is my specialty. I have trained all kinds of people, including, Tom Wimberly and his wife. I could just go on naming more and more people. Ed and Kathy Cohen. Mr. John Simon and his wife. It just goes on and on. Robert Watts. Some of the people that are in the Mississippi Writers Association and veterans of veteran authors. I'm sorry I'm stumbling upon words, because I'm in such a state of shock from what's going on within our family. It's just too strange to be real. And my father did warn me that he did not want my sister to be executor of the estate, because she's so incredibly selfish and greedy. And she has demonstrated that on a daily basis since she moved here in 1999. At a time when she was less greedy, and they were building a house for my middle brother. They did a fabulous job. I was in on most of it, but not the interior decorating. I left when the roof was complete and the electricity was being installed. And this is going to make an incredible book, possibly an incredible movie. I hope that it can be maybe even a documentary style movie, or a docudrama, maybe perhaps change the name, since Judy's so paranoid that she believes that people are after her. I don't know of anybody that's after her. I know a lot of people that run away from her, including me, and she was so rude to my daughter today. Said that my daughter could not get a cup from the cabinet, that she must use one of these cups that Judy has put the name on it, and the cup was dirty with a tissue that had been used inside the cup. And I refused to allow my daughter to use that dirty cup, so we drank our Coca-Cola from the can. I can see that my mother is getting incredibly frustrated. And it's so sad to see what's going on, all the years that were wasted. Thank God that a lot of that time I was in Thailand, but when we were in need of money, and I was never given any compensation or money from the Bailey family for the injury I sustained in 2005. We were turned down over and over and talked to real ugly. And then when my poor wife was going to be driven to the point of me having to care for the children, her possibly having the only option of work as being a prostitute, because there's just very few jobs available, and she's over 40, female. even though she does have a college degree and some connections and a very prominent last name, this just doesn't seem to help because there's so many people out of work, and the prioritizing of jobs is, you know, it is what it is.